Welcome, everyone, to this Clubhouse. Your energy, you're healthy, responsible, with empowering solutions. I would like to start by raising the vibration in the space that we're in now by calling for the highest possible vibration and calling forth the truth to come forward into our discussion today so that we may see the truth in all that we see, so that we may hear the truth in all that we may speak the truth in all that we say. Shall we, in that frequency of truth, shall we have nothing but the truth? Shall we call for the power of the divine feminine to bring balance back into our world, showing us the way through honor, respect, and gratitude? Shall I call for the power of divine feminine to bring balance back into our world, showing us the way through honor, respect, and gratitude? Shall I call for the power of divine feminine to bring balance back into our world, showing us the way through honor, respect, and gratitude? Should I call for the highest possible vibration, calling for the highest possible vibration, calling for the highest possible vibration? I now ask for everyone to take a sip of water and ask for the water to hydrate our brains and bodies. Water is a medium that holds memory and will assist in the flow of information that we share here together here on Clubhouse. Now I'll ask for everyone to take a deep breath in, bringing in peace, and release and exhale and let everything else out. Take another deep breath in, bringing in joy and gratitude, and exhale out, and another deep breath in, bringing in life into our bodies, and exhale and releasing all that does not serve us. Amicus and Veritas, everyone, I call for the oneness and truth of the information shared by each and every one of us on this call, calling for that frequency of truth and all that is truth, with honor, respect, and gratitude to you all. For those who are unfamiliar with the term Lakesh, the greeting Lakesh is the Mayan greeting for oneness, signifying unity where everything and everyone is interconnected. It is the idea of community where we can share with one another ideas, goals, and aspirations. And veritas is a Latin word for truth, to see the truth in all things. So, Emplication Veritas is that declaration of oneness and truth in which we are clearing our spaces, the space we're in now, so that we may be able to bring forth a truthful, elevated, and enlightened discussion this evening, clearing away those ill thoughts that we tend to pick up and carry with us from our everyday life experiences. Remember, our words have power, so it is important that we use our words carefully, using words of upliftment, encouragement, and enlightenment. By doing so, as a collective, we will help us to transform our spaces and places into higher frequencies that will result in better experiences in our lives and assist in raising the vibration of those who we meet. So, Enlakesh and Veritas, everyone, with honor, respect, and gratitude. Before we begin, I'd like for everyone to hold their water in their hands again. And with intention in mind, send the frequency of Enlakesh to our water. Then take a sip of the water, thereby assisting through signaling and incorporating the elevated frequency of Enlakesh into the cells of our bodies, as we are also made up of 70% water. And using this technique will assist in the ease and flow of the information we share this evening. Enlakesh and Veritas, everyone. So for the past few weeks, we've been focusing on chakras, the emotions that are associated with our chakras and how it relates to how we feel and respond in our daily lives. So I'm hoping that this clubhouse is providing insight for everyone on the importance of these energy vortexes, our chakras, and that each of us have. My goal here is to inform you of how to recognize and identify the type of emotions that we're having, sharing our experiences with these emotions, solutions to balance and strengthening them. Strengthening our chakras will help us to better deal with our day-to-day lives, reducing and clearing those lower vibrational emotions, such as anxiety, fear, and doubt, jealousy, envy, resentment, emotions that can sometimes be paralyzing. And to take on these challenges and take on challenges by strengthening them to accomplish our goals and desires. Most of the times, these lower vibrations are negative thoughts that are replayed in our heads, creating a scenario that is so made up and so untrue. So working with our chakras will assist in overcoming those thought patterns that cause us mental suffering. And remember, these low vibrational emotions hold energy, and when held long enough, results in chronic illnesses. You've heard of those emotional connections with illnesses, such as diabetes. And linked to that is the lack of sweetness in life. Breast cancer, long-standing resentment in women held in the breast, autoimmune disease attacking oneself. Does anyone have anything to share? So any comments about our discussions from our prior Clubhouse events from the past few weeks on regarding the chakras? Okay, so we're going to move on. So today I want to talk about love, the crown chakra. So it's not just about romantic love, but the love for self. It is unconditional love. And the perfect example for me is the love that we have for our children. You know, this type of love is one of the strongest bonds that one can experience, your children. And for some, it doesn't have to be your child, but your niece and nephew. When love is in balance, you're in a state of true unconditional love, and you do what is right for everyone involved, including yourself. And it doesn't mean that you sacrifice your own well-being or constantly put your others first before yourself at the expense of your own welfare. It means having a heartfelt connection with everyone, with respect to self, others, and a mutual respect. And it's about knowing our value. You know, another definition with regards to love is the unity, connection with everything. And it's not just the realization that we're all one, but it's the feeling that we are together. We are one together. And love has powerful transformational properties. It's gentle, but powerfully transforms disharmony into harmony, anger into peace, fear into trust, and security into security, into security. So I find that most of our low vibrational thoughts, those 8 C's, I know that several of us know what those 8 C's are. Can anyone recite them for me? Competition, comparing, criticizing, condemning, coveting, cursing. I think I'm missing 2. Cowardliness is one.
Did you say condemning?
Yes, I did say condemning.
Condemning,
So 1,
criticizing.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 7. Coveting. I
Yeah.
think I got 8.
I think getting you say it.
So it's rooted in the lack of a love for oneself, these 8 C's. You know, and I've come to realize through working on myself that the lack of self-love is the root of and the cause of those low vibrational thoughts that we have. And I'm continually working on myself to free myself from the habit of comparing, for instance, of myself with others. That's part of the comparing competition. You know, and it's challenging because we've been trained as a society to compete with one another. Getting into certain schools, receiving the highest scores to be rewarded, thinking that thinking of what this other person is doing and what am I doing is better than the other person, or those highly competitive schools that are revered so much. Competition is very strong and very damaging to the psyche. And in actuality, it's been shown statistically that many successful people didn't even receive a formal education, let alone attend an Ivy League institution. So we talked extensively about this on our prior Clubhouse when we talked about formal education, the formal educational system and homeschooling. But this thought pattern, the lack of self-love, is prevalent even in the corporate setting. Personally, when I was in the academic hospital setting, people were valued because of the number of publications that they had. And I eventually found out the truth. The truth behind it, it was based on who you knew, whether you got your paper published or not. It's all about knowing you, knowing your value. Does anybody have anything to share about that?
Invocation Veritas with honor, respect, and gratitude. Uh,
Yes.
this topic is just so true and close to my heart. This has been a big part of my process. What you spoke on about competition, that has been so ingrained in my life because from family to school to just every piece, even within the church, it's there, it's everywhere. And just releasing that, like today I was driving and I was just thinking about those moments and seeing those moments of jealousy. And it was just like, what are you being jealous of? Like you don't see the beauty that that person is presenting to you, that is you being reflected back. Like, so you're being jealous of yourself. Make it make sense, Stacey. So just seeing and having that true deep love for yourself, it is just it's transformative. And having that, and kind of what you spoke on earlier, finding that balance of love and pouring into your children. I was one of those mothers and still working through it in some instances of pouring out too much and how it was detrimental to me. And I had to really reflect on, like, why am I overcompensating? Why am I overextending myself? The children are loved. They know they're loved. Am I competing? Yes. Once again, competition back in my face. So really understanding who I am is so imperative. Like, I am a being of love. Like, I am exuding love all day. And if I just stay in that, it's just it's so warming and just feeling, and everyone around you will feel it without you saying anything. And when you see and feel that, it's just that love reverberating right back to you. So it's that cycle of, you give love, you get it, you give it, you get it. And just staying firm in, we come from love. All energy is love. And just thinking through that. One last little thing, I had to really flip to understanding that with dealing with my ex-partner and stepping into those moments of competition and not realizing that it was competition, but then being grateful for, those moments of, okay, he's making me step up. Thank you. Like, it's letting me have another moment or opportunity to love the children in a different way, to learn how to love him despite, the feelings that were there previously. But stepping back into, what was it that made me love him back when it initiated, and what is it still there that I can appreciate and be grateful for. And that's the love and the children that we created together. So everything is love, and truly staying in that is just so imperative. And Lakesh Veritas with honor, respect, and gratitude.
Thank you for that, Stacey. And Lakeisha Veritas, honor, respect, and gratitude. And the children are better for that. When you exude that love, they feel it. They feel it. Stephanie, I saw you. Oh, it's in Tiffany.
In the
And
Cash
Karen.
Veritas with honor, respect, and gratitude.
Yeah, Lakeisha Veritas, honor, respect, and gratitude.
So I have had Graves' disease, which is thyroid. Went from hyperthyroid to hypothyroid, and that is a clear indication of the self attack that you were speaking of earlier.
The autoimmune.
Yes,
That
yes,
part.
ma'am. And when I started with Of the Sun, Lauta told me, you have to learn to love yourself, Stephanie. And the whole time, I'm going along and I'm thinking that I'm loving myself.
I
I think I'm cute, and
know.
that dress nice, and I have the boyfriend or, whoever, and, you're thinking all these things. But when I really started to look inside and really started working on myself, I realized that that true love for me was not there.
Mhm.
And I didn't have the honor, respect, and gratitude for myself. And through, working on myself and especially Ho'oponopono, um, I have grown uh, just a deeper appreciation for me. And I had made up in my mind that, they told me I would be on the thyroid medicine for the rest of my life. And I'm like, no, I know the root cause of this. So I'm going to correct the love for me and get off of this medicine
Mhm.
because, it causes other side effects. And that's a whole nother tangent we could go on. But um, just the love, and, it is the first law of nature, and it provides a protection that cannot be penetrated.
Mhm. Mhm.
That love for yourself, and then we in turn attract what we are.
Yep.
Who you are. So if you're looking for that wonderful partner, love yourself, and you're going to attract someone that loves themselves at that same level or greater, and you work from there. It's
Mhm.
just a beautiful thing, and you start to realize all of the things that you used to tolerate and you thought were self-respect and self-honor and giving yourself gratitude, you realize that it really wasn't. That was just like a facade. So
Mhm.
that self-love is key. It is key to everything. It opens the door to everything.
Yeah.
And that's it. Invocation Veritas, everyone. Honor,
Oh yeah.
respect, and gratitude.
Thank you, Stephanie. It's broadcasting. Everyone, it's not what you say, is basically your frequency, the energy that's held within you that you're broadcasting out. That's what people pick up on, you know. And so thank you for sharing that. Tiffany, did you have something to say? And then Karen?
In Lakesh Veritas, with honor, respect, and gratitude, I did. Gosh, this is such a good topic. Thank you so much, everyone who has spoken. It's brought forth so many things for me. Um, you know, Thinking of the crown chakra as love and self-love, it kind of brought up the truth of the matter in my experience that as I'm in my morning practice in the morning and I'm activating my chakras, it seems a lot of times like I'm interrupted by the time I get to my crown chakra,
Mm.
and then I'm rushed through.
Mm-hmm.
But I am allowing outside experiences to rush me through as if what I'm doing holds less value, or I
Right.
hold less value than, someone needing something else to eat, or someone, needing help doing something different. And so it's really interesting that I realize that it always seems to be when I'm right at my crown chakra that
Mm-hmm.
that happens, and that I allow that to happen. And I wasn't necessarily seeing it as a direct reflection of me not having love for myself and
Yeah.
putting
I'm
love
I'm
for other
gonna
people above.
ditto that too, because I was doing the same exact thing with regards to working with my chakras. And that one I would rush through it.
Isn't
And
that
then finally,
fascinating?
and when I went finally, I got to it and I'm like, okay, let me focus on the crown chakra. I'm like self-love. That was where like I had the most issues that I had to work with,
Right.
and it's actually been more empowering to know that and to figure that out and work with that. And it
Well,
it
and
it,
I don't know if I
so,
would have seen it the same way had you not brought
uh-oh, I think you're breaking up.
everyone in my family first.
Mm, okay.
And what a lesson that is actually teaching someone to marty yourself away, versus actually teaching self-love.
Right, right, right.
And that, my time and my practices matter, and modeling that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So thank you. I'm having this like, it's fascinating that you had the same experience, that you were rushing through that
Yep.
as well. And so,
Yeah, definitely having the same experience. So I've been lighting my purple candle every day for a couple of days now.
you
Yeah,
want
because
to
I'm
know
really
some,
using these candles. Go
I'm
ahead.
looking at all of my candles right now, and the purple one is the one that has been lit the least often.
Yeah, now it's I've been really working on it, so I've been focusing on it. And I want to talk to you, mention some tools that I've been utilizing that's actually helped as well, So thank you, Tiffany.
Oh,
I
you cut
appreciate it.
out. What did you say? I'm sorry.
Oh, so then I'm gonna mention some tools,
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
few minutes of like things in addition to the candles that I've been utilizing. So, so Karen, are you available to speak?
Yes, hi. In Lakesh and Veritas with honor, respect, and gratitude. Can you hear
And
me
like
okay?
yes, perfect. And look at your Veritas, honor, respect, and gratitude.
So I want to start with just thanking you, Delilah, for your commitment to be here and everyone on this call every week to really talk about these important topics and illuminate them further and expand them, even for those of us who have been practicing. We all need reminders.
Mm-hmm.
And this topic of self-love, is at the center of the work that I do for
Mm-hmm.
myself and with the people that I work with. And I kind of have this philosophy that old saying, to know me is to love me, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
tell people that if you get to know me, you'll love me.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we turn that back on ourselves, And so I started asking, how well do I know myself? Because often our knowledge of ourself is what's mirrored back to us by others from an outside in versus an inside out.
Mm-hmm.
And really taking the time to understand who you are, the good, the bad, the ugly, right? It's all part of the picture. And for me, it really helped in this process to begin to understand why I'm here and have an appreciation for my presence on the earth, as we each have a purpose for a presence on the earth. And this is like the classic, overgiver martyr complex, but I
Mm-hmm.
had to look at it from the perspective of it's bigger than me, right? So when I understood that I'm here for a reason, and that the sooner I can step into my truth and my power, the quicker I can deliver the gifts that I'm here to deliver, it kind of helped me clear things up. And,
Mm-hmm.
and so it became my self care and self love became a strategic step toward my purpose. And, it's sort of, I feel like a little bit of a sneaky way to do it, but it worked for me.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think whenever I get into this space of doubting, which we all do. And I believe that, and I'm sure you all have had this, where the lessons keep coming around, and it's like, oh, I feel like I've been in this situation before. I thought I
Mm-hmm.
was done with this, but it keeps coming back at a higher level. And I always look at it as a test, like, oh, you just want to know if I got it.
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
but it always comes back like really, in stereo. And now I'm sort of in this position of looking after older relatives that, the me trying to find the balance between what's good for me and what's good for them is very precarious for me. Because I know that if I don't take care of myself, I can't help take care of them. But
Right.
then because they have limitations and when they need something, I kind of need to respond even if I'm not necessarily ready. So I'm like taking like this master class, like how to figure this thing out. And it's really challenging. And I mean, I've been in this work for a while, and it's even though I know what to do, it's challenging. And so that's why I particularly want to thank you and appreciate everyone on this call for sharing, their perspectives and, the kinds of things they're going through and how to deal with it, because it's helping me quite a great deal. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Karen, for sharing. I mean, I think you're doing a great job with, your family, and even sharing the work that you do. Everyone here, because I mean, it just shows the dedication of trying to basically improve ourselves into something greater. We're actually moving into, like you described, into we have a purpose here, and we're working towards that goal of finding our purpose. So thank you for that. Stephanie, I see you.
Yes, ma'am. Would you briefly explain what in Lakesh and Veritas means for listeners,
Sure. So
please?
Enla Kesh is the Mayan greeting for oneness. It's the connectedness that we have. It's I see you, you see me. And that's why, the that's the name of my franchise is En Lakesh, because there's two of us that are also, there's a total of three of us that have a franchisees of En Lakesh. So it's the oneness, and then Veritas means truth. So it's the oneness and truth that we bring forward into the space, into our environment, into our into the into the world, for the most part. So thank you for asking that question, bringing it forward so I can explain it to others who may not understand and need further explanation. Thank you for that. All right. So, moving on, um, talking about the crown chakra, I believe that strengthening our love of self, that we can accomplish through the working through the crown chakra. I mean, I've been doing that as I was describing to you when I was talking to Tiffany. I've been working on that pretty heavily, and it's actually helped to. I've actually seen shifts in within myself in doing so, and then circumstances actually change and shift for me. So, and it's all about shifting our thoughts of devaluation. We need to clear that, those thoughts of devaluation that's been programmed within us, and to turn it around into high vibrational frequencies to serve us better. So that's why I actually enjoy the Divine Nation workshops, because they provide insights on our lives with inspiration. So we've ad nauseum spoken in the past on what we can do for ourselves working with it. And this is a forum to help provide solutions for us, to shift our balance and harmonize our energetic states. The tools, DNA salts, the candles, as I described, I'm really working with them. I got every candle lit up here. Well, it's not lit all together now, but I have them on my desk, and I light one, actually two or three every day. Nutrition, that brain gut connection, supporting our microbiome is important. Meditations and affirmations, and whole responsibility. Stephanie talked about that. Being in the frequency of a Ho'oponopono pops you out of those low vibrational frequencies of doubt, jealousy, and resentment. Pops you out of those 8 C's. If you can use these tools on your own or in a group setting, We have those meditation sessions that are designed to motivate you. So I encourage you to take advantage of these tools, completely free. And one thing that I've been doing lately is journaling. I found it to be an effective way of identifying the imbalances of our thoughts. Those, and what it does is it identifies those consistent imbalanced thoughts that pop and reoccur in my head. Those negative thoughts that then when you identify them, you can work on them. And then let's not forget the bioenergetics, identifying the imbalances, that we can then pick out tools that can help us to shift that. Bioenergetics, it'll actually identify imbalances that we didn't even know we had. But I'll tell you, you see it, you didn't know you have it, but later on it's going to come up and you're going to see it. This has happened to me several times. And, these scans, they show imbalances, but everybody has imbalances. You're in a world that is not, that's an imperfect world. And I tell everyone, if you don't see any imbalances in your scan, that means you're not alive. It's all part of life. So I want to let everyone know that, and Lakesh, we're going to be coming up with some more new and exciting things in 2023. New tools, techniques, providing effective solutions to help support our energy, our mental, physical, and emotional health. And our energy is our most valuable commodity. Any thoughts behind that? So I want to also quickly mention that last Sunday we had our groundbreaking Clubhouse meeting called the Divine Feminine Rebuilding Health and Beyond. And I was inspired to create this Clubhouse to bring together like-minded people to support one another and share our ideas, creating a new system for ourselves in various aspects of our health, wellness, physical, emotional, social, financial, and utilizing and sharing our talents with one another and acknowledging them. We have a lot of talents here. So I encourage everyone, but that's what the purpose of these forums are. And the inspiration is, to me, is this is something I love doing. I love bringing forth information to share with everyone. Now, as Karen will tell you, she does human design. And I'm a projector, so I got to wait for somebody to ask me questions. But I'm like out there ready to share it with everyone. But I have to hold back. So anybody else? Anybody have something to share? All right. So I just want to remind everyone that our next Divine Nation workshop is scheduled for Friday. Just I think it is. What day is that? Next, the Friday, the 18th. Diane, are you there?
Yes, in Lakesh and Veritas is Friday the 16th, a
Oh,
week
it's the
from Friday.
16th. Okay.
Thank you.
Divine Nations the 16th. So I encourage everyone to join. Again, completely free and fun experience. And again, our whole responsibility, our own ongoing whole responsibility meditation sessions that are scheduled on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays every week. So you have several options to join to help keep you accountable. This is something that'll help pop you out of those low vibrational frequencies and shift you into a higher frequency, dismantling most things.
In the Kitchen Veritas with honor, respect, and gratitude. Something just popped to my head that I wanted to share that I encourage everyone, I know everyone probably already is doing this online, but when working with the chakras, also including that in like normal conversations with children. Whenever we're eating food, we talk about the color and what chakra it benefits. And so all day long, Jade's like, "What is it? This is helping my third eye, Mom. When I close my eyes and I hold this purple cabbage, I can see clearer." And so it's just, but as I was having that thought, it was reminding me that also wearing the colors having a purple headband on, having, wearing a green shirt, just kind of that connection of seeing, feeling, wearing, so I just wanted to bring that forward.
Thank you for that. Yes, color has energy too. Everything is energy. So anything, any energies, anything that supports that energy field, those chakras, is going to be, it's going to help. These are our energy vortexes, and they're held within us. When we strengthen them, the healthier we are. So thank you, Tiffany, for sharing that. So I'd like to, if no one has anything else to say, I'd like to thank everyone for joining and participating. And remember, knowledge is power, and taking action from this knowledge is power. And Lakesh Veritas, and everyone with honor, respect, and gratitude.
Honor,
And
respect, and
Lakeisha
Lakesh
Veritas,
gratitude.
Veritas,
and
honor,
Lakeisha
respect,
Veritas
and
with honor, respect, and
gratitude. Thank
gratitude.
you.
Gratitude.